Let's do this. Whoa. Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? Okay, ray tracing is dead. Intel XeSS is dead. FSR came to rule. That's right. Ray tracing dead. DLSS is dead. And Intel XeSS is dead. AMD FSR came to rule. Yeah. It's called the changing of the guard, you know. You're like, what? What's up, Tweak Town? Listen to this. Listen to this. What's up, gamers? Listen to this. AMD plans to make FSR the new upscaling and frame generation standard over DLSS and XeSS. Ray tracing, you are dead. Goodbye. Senior player here says here, with FSR, DLSS, and XeSS, AMD believes that this is making life a little too complicated for developers and sees FSR technology as the way forward. Yeah, that's more like it. Goodbye. Senior player here says here, let me see if I can get a picture of this. Oh yeah. Hey, stop. Listen, okay, let's roll. It says here, in a new wide range interview with Club 386, AMD Radeon chief Scott Herkelman opened up about all things Radeon, from the new Radeon RX 77 XT and Radeon RX 7800 XT GPUs dropping next week, through the company's plan for future and recent announcement of FSR 3 and its new fluid motion frame technology. Says here, come on now. Says here, regarding FSR, the AMD chief note that it's always planned to make the technology as broad as possible. Then it says in parentheses, i.e. support multiple generation of Radeon GPUs in addition to those from competing brands like Nvidia and Intel, which is why it took so long to see the light of day. FSR 3 will be good for the industry, Scott Erkelin says. Undoubtedly, a big part of FSR and AMD fluid motion frame technology directly responds to an NVIDIA DLSS 3 frame generation, exclusive to GeForce RTX 40 series. And by the same token, FSR and FSR 2 directly responds to NVIDIA DLSS super resolution. The interview gets interesting when Scott Herkelman becomes candid about the state of upscaling technologies. If I were to be blunt with you, it's a little concerning that we're still in this bifurcation stage. For example, with FSR, DLSS, and XeSS, a game developer has to think about 3 different standards. That's a lot of additional complexity that game developers shouldn't have to deal with. So this is our push to say, hey, look, there is a way we can do this for everyone. By working together and consolidating efforts, hopefully we'll get to a new standard approach for all, where developers can focus on making the best games and we focus on building the best hardware. The response was in relation to a question about AMD Fluid Motion Frame becoming a driver-based tool that will work across hundreds of DirectX 11 and DirectX 12 games without the need of game developers to add the support to every game. And that's an exciting prospect. It should come as no surprise that AMD wants to make FSR and FSR 3 Fluid Motion Frame the new standard and effectively replace DLSS and Intel's XeSS. Goodbye, Nvidia and Intel. FSR came to rule. Says will that happen overnight? No. And the AI-powered DLSS being the gold standard for upscalers means it's not going anywhere. Advances like DLSS 3.5 show that its technology continues to mature at a truly impressive pace. Ultimately, what AMD is hinting at here is that its technology are open source compatible across all GPUs and in console like the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Widespread adoption is planned for FSR in the coming years. And anything else? And then it said, see here, got the Sapphire Plus Radeon RX 7900 XTX 24 gigs GDDR6. Let's see here. Today is $1,000 basically. All right, that's the end of the article. Well, seems like AMD is trying to eliminate the middleman. So you got AMD, Intel, Nvidia, and AMD is trying to eliminate the competition. So competition is what drives the industry. So Intel will have a response to this. So, and Nvidia just dropped DLSS 3.5. So they ain't no slouch. But AMD is trying to make their presence felt. Remember months ago I told you that AMD they don't like sitting in. Remember, actually weeks ago I told you when they announced Starfield and that they were they put their support behind Starfield. I told you that they were they're not going to sit in the background anymore and play and be and always playing second base or they're always behind. And this was a message that they're sending to Intel and Nvidia. So what this means now is that Nvidia got to keep moving forward, and Intel got to step their game up. AMD came to play, so competition is fierce in the video card market, and AMD is trying to make their presence felt, So they want to see FSR technology as the way forward. That's a bold statement. So alarm bells should be going off in Intel's and Nvidia's minds. Like, really? Okay, we got something to say about it. So yeah, competition, man. That's the name of the name of the game in the tech market. You have to maintain your competitive edge in this market, and that's what AMD is doing. But I'm sure Intel will respond to this. They will, So, but the consumers though. But on the consumer side though, consumers like choices. They like choices. You got some consumers, they love Intel. You got some consumers, they love Nvidia, and then there's some consumers they like AMD. So consumers like choices, man, and this is a bold statement, Basically, AMD is trying to kill two birds with one stone. Yeah, they're not going to sit in the background anymore and let Nvidia take all the spotlight and all the shine. They're trying to raise their bars. So, yeah, Intel and Nvidia they have to step their game up, man. AMD is coming, and FSR will be the new king in town. Remember that. Anyway, I'll leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, those Star Wars and Star Trek Night. Dark Side. Go. Peace.